Yeah, Most I Talk TV. So today we're at the Gmess studio with Paul. So Paul is the founder of the yes, Paul. Tell us a bit about the foundation, the organization. I don't want to say. So
No problem. So I'm Paul Mattis. I'm the founder of Greater Manchester Eczema and Skin Support. So, AKA Gmess. So Gmess is a charity that supports people who have skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis, severe acne, to basically have a better quality of life, to improve their skin conditions through lifestyle change. So using, whether it be around diet, hydration, sleep, exercise, skincare, mindset, which is very, very important. So using these types of approaches to better manage the skin as opposed to pharmaceutical drugs or any medication that you get from the GP.
yeah. So how did you come about with GMS?
So I'm somebody who has lived experience of eczema basically. So I've had it since I was maybe 6 months old.
Okay.
And so I've had it in varying degrees of severity. I've been stressed, I've been depressed, my skin has been so severe, I've been hospitalized maybe on 2 occasions. And so over the years of going to the GP, getting different steroid creams and shampoo and tablets to try to manage the condition, and I would take these types of prescription drugs and it would help for a while, but then the condition would come back. And so it got to a point kind of more in later in adulthood where I thought this isn't really working for me, and so I need to look at a different approach to managing my skin. So I started to research these lifestyle areas. Okay, what was my diet like? What was my sleeping patterns like? Was I doing exercise? Was I hydrating my skin? What kind of drinks was I drinking? And so when I kind of looked into all of this and realised, there's some things I'm taking which are not very good for my skin, and I need to take a different approach. My diet needs to be healthy. I need to be drinking much more water, be doing some exercise. So when I kind of started to implement a lot of the things that I researched and learnt, then over time, with some kind of trial and error, my skin started to get much better, vastly improved, where I don't go to my GP for steroid creams and those types of pharmaceutical drugs. I manage it through these lifestyle areas, and this is what I want to bring to. So I thought, if this is working for me, there's a lot more people out there who have these types of skin conditions, who are in the same place I was, and would really, really benefit from addressing it from these lifestyle areas, these lifestyle perspectives. And so I thought, let me develop a charity so that I can try to get some funding so I can take this approach or these approaches to other people out there in the community so they can get some benefit from it. So hence Greater Manchester Eczema and Skin Support was born.
So you started the whole ball rolling process.
Yeah, I started it. And what I also realised was, one, it's a very lonely journey. There's people out there who more probably don't know other people who've got it, and so they isolate themselves because they don't want people to see what the skin looks like. They don't even like what it looks like themselves, never mind go out and...
Yeah, so it's a lonely journey. What make you say that?
Because I know that when I had my problems, I didn't really know anybody else that had eczema, and so I never spoke to anybody about it or anything like that. And so there was me thinking, well, it's just me. But over time, you realise, there's lots of people out there who are going through the same thing, just as lonely, isolate themselves because they don't want no one to see what their skin looks like. They don't like what it looks like themselves, and so why are you going to go outside and let people see what your arms look like, your neck looks like? And some people will look, stare, some people will ridicule, some people will talk, and you don't want that. And so you kind of isolate yourself away. But what I realise is, a lot of that is in the mind. The mind is a very, very, very powerful tool that either works for us or works against us. And so what I try to do is try to support people in the mind working for them, because Stress. I mean, stress is an issue for everybody, but for people who have these conditions, when you're stressed, it manifests itself in the skin. So it becomes dry, weepy, itchy, all those kind of things, cracked, bleeding. It can be a very debilitating condition. It really
So the only question I would have within, like, when you said before, like, you've had it since you're like 6 months old, probably, you recognize, yeah. But at that age, would you say it would be, what would be the explanation for that age, having a child having it at that age? Because basically at that age you wouldn't be talking about diet, stress, or none of the above. So what would have caused that? Like, is it a genetics, or how does it work?
Yeah, it can be something that's hereditary. It can be something in terms of maybe formula milk might have been an issue, cow's milk might have been an issue. It could be a variety of things which can cause people to have this skin condition at such an early age. I was speaking to somebody going back a little while now. And what they're saying is that when some mothers who have like a cesarean section, that can be an issue in terms of a child having conditions like that. I'm not saying it definitely is.
Yeah.
Just a conversation I was having with somebody. But it's something which somebody can get at any age, whether a small child, whether in adulthood. It can be a range of factors of why somebody would get skin conditions like this. I was speaking to somebody a while ago also who said since this whole kind of COVID thing happened, some people started to get these types of skin conditions. And I think when you're kind of like constantly washing your hands all the time and using alcohol into the thing to try to clear any bacteria and stuff like that, it dries out the skin. And when you're not moisturising your skin quite regularly, you're washing and with all the alcohol and stuff like that, it can be something else which triggers off these kind of skin conditions as well.
Okay. So for you, how many years now have you been seeing results that you have been that confident that you've gone now? And I understand you wrote a book.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a bit about the book?
The book is basically entitled Free from Eczema, a step-by-step guide to finally take control of your eczema through lifestyle change. So basically this is a culmination of all the things that I've used or I've researched to better manage my skin. So the book kind of like goes into, it talks about mindset, it talks about diet, sleep, hydration, all those kind of things. So a more natural way of managing the skin. It really goes into, I mean, for me, when it comes to managing this condition, you can either walk down the road of just try this, try that, do anything, wandering aimlessly, or you can plan it. I manage it like how I manage my work, in terms of, okay, educate myself in terms of what the condition is about. Okay, what type of options are out there that I can use to better manage the skin in terms of the diet, the hydration, etc. Habits is quite key in this, in terms of we might have a dietary habit where we're eating a lot of fatty foods, a lot of salty foods, a lot of sugary foods that are not good for us in terms of our diet. Never mind somebody who has eczema, but when you're constantly bombarding your body with all these types of things, it must have some kind of adverse effect. And for someone who has eczema, it comes out of the skin in the way it does, because it causes inflammation in the body. And then in terms of the inflammation, then it manifests in terms of the skin becoming dry and cracked and weepy and all those kind of things. So the book itself basically is all the research that I've done over a long period of time. I brought it into one place to give people an opportunity so that they don't have to reading books and going on the internet, because there's a whole vast amount of information out there, and I've tried to condense it into this book. I'm not saying it's the only solution, because I'm not saying that everything in the book is going to work for everybody, but who doesn't need a better diet? Who doesn't need to hydrate the body? Who doesn't need to have a better sleep? There's a portion of sleep in the night called REM4. If you're bleaching out yourself and you're going to bed at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning and trying to get up for 6 o'clock, etc., you're not getting up to the amount of sleep that you need. And in this REM 4 stage of sleep is where the body gets to heal itself. The mantra that I work from is the body is a magnificent vessel in terms of what it can do in terms of healing itself. But in terms of the body healing itself, it needs proper resources. It needs a proper diet. It needs the water, the hydration. It needs to do exercise and move and find oxygen in the system and all those kind of things. Flush out the system, provide it with the vitamins, the minerals that it needs. And once you can do that, let the body go to work and work for itself. Because it's not really us that's doing the healing, it's the body that's doing the healing. It just needs the right resources.
So for example now, like a mum now watching this, and then she's got a child at home going through this situation we're talking about, what would be the first step that you would, because for some people those steps are a bit not technical, but it's not like something where you can look at basically and says, yeah, this is a remedy, because you know people like easy fix, yeah, or quick fix per se, but there is no easy fix to this problem basically. What would be the first step that you suggest that, for example, a parent who have a child with that situation now, what would be the first step that you would advise that parent to take toward that child, so that he or she don't have to go through adulthood with the whole concern of being looked at or don't want to take off the the top or the clothes, etc.
What I would say is, it's very difficult. It can be very difficult with children because as an adult, you make a conscious choice in terms of what you eat, what you drink, how disciplined you are, and all those kind of things. A child doesn't necessarily have the same mindset as what an adult does, and so the parent has to be the one to teach the child in terms of what type of dietary habits, what type of hydration habits, what type of habits in terms of exercise and those kind of things. So for me, it's about the parent having some good information in terms of all of these lifestyle areas, working with and supporting the child to understand about the diet, understand about hydration, understand about the condition, understand about what the triggers are that's triggering off the child's skin. So it's about the parent being educated themselves, but it's about the parent educating the child. Yes, our kids love sweets, but we class these sweets and chocolate and cake, we class them as treats, but they're not treats because they're killing us basically. They're giving us these types of adverse health issues. It's not just about eczema, it's about diabetes. It's about a range of things out there that are exacerbated by some of the foods that we're eating. So it's about educating the child in terms of these types of lifestyle areas, so that as they're getting older, these things become more natural to them. They don't necessarily have to learn them a bit later on in life. Like for instance, myself, I had to learn later on. I had to go through the suffering of having the ups and downs of having this condition. Yes, my mother did the best for me. She's spent a whole leap of money in terms of seeing consultants, Chinese medicines, and all kinds of stuff. She did the best for me. But as I've become older and start to understand this condition myself and the things needed to be put in place to better manage it, then I now have to do this or a parent needs to do this for the child.
Okay, so tell us a bit more about the charity itself that you run now.
So Gmess, I offer, so everything is about lifestyle. When I talk to Gmess, we tackle the condition from 3 perspectives: the social, the physical, and mental perspectives. So in terms of the social, we offer support groups, whether that be an online support group which takes place every 2nd and 3rd Tuesday of the month, or an in-person support group which takes place every first and third Thursday of the month here at the Design Centre, which is in Hume. In terms of the how to better manage the skin, so the physical aspect of it, I work with people on a one-to-one basis to better understand the condition, to develop some form of a lifestyle plan in terms of the diet, the hydration, sleep, exercise, all those lifestyle areas. I work with somebody over a 10-week period initially. If they need bits more support, then I will give them that as well. But to develop a plan and to work the plan. Sometimes this thing is about motivation, and sometimes when you're lacking the motivation to keep up in terms of drinking up to 2 to 3 litres of water a day, start cutting out all those sugary foods and salty foods and fatty foods. Sometimes you need somebody there to, when you're kind of like slipping, to give you some motivation to keep on going. So that's what I do in terms of the one-to-one. So support groups in terms of the social side of things. One-to-one in terms of managing the physical. I also do courses as well. I have a course which looks at the psychological aspects of having a condition. So we look at stress, we look at negative self-talk, negative self-image, where you get support from. So all those kind of like psychological aspects of having a condition, the course looks at that. I also do that on a one-to-one basis as well. So these are the three main areas of three main services that Gmess offers. I do have I just got some funding to run a pilot basically, which is looking at how exercise, hydration and diet impacts on the skin. So the book, everybody gets a free copy of my book as a workbook for this 5-week course that I'm going to be running. They'll get a 6-month gym membership where they'll be able to access the local leisure centre to go there and to actually do some exercise. I'm very keen on this part. This is about sweating and moving and flushing out the system. So I have a 6-month gym membership, water, a limited amount of water every week for 6 months, and fruit every week for 6 weeks. So it's to work with 8 people initially, and if we can prove that through implementing these lifestyle changes, if it has an impact on the skin, in terms of the skin improving, becoming more hydrated, reduces those kind of skin issues, or the skin starts to improve, then it can lead to larger funding and me be able to work with a larger number of people. So I do urge, if anybody's out there and really wants to make some change, really wants to make a difference in the skin, come and get involved in Gmess, because you're not going to get this from anywhere else. Nobody else is doing this type of work. So in a sense, it's innovative for the community around here in Moorside and Hume and surrounding communities. So this is what the charity offers. It's an opportunity for people who have these types of skin conditions to come and get some much needed support.
Yes.
Yeah, so these are the types of services that Gmess has to offer. And like I said before.
So is all that free?
Yep, it's a charity,
Everything's
free of
free.
charge for people. All people need to do is pick up the phone and give me a ring. That's all you need to do. Pick up the phone, give me a ring.
What's the number?
Support. So the number for the charity is 07828 902 300. I'll just repeat it one more time. 07828 902 300. Or you can just send me an email at paul@gmess.org.uk. One thing I would stress, I know that this project is around lifestyle change. I'm not saying that there is no, although for me, I think in terms of medication, GP medication, it has its place, and I'm not saying it doesn't. It has its place. It's helped me, but this is an alternative to using GP medication. And one of the things I always talk about is we've been using GP medication for years, 20 years, 30 years since a child, or etc. And people still are going back to the GP for that medication. This is an opportunity to take a different approach to managing the skin, which is more healthy.
So can I just ask, Paul, what's your success rate from you been doing it? Have you seen results in other clients or?
Yes, so in other people, I mean, I've just sent out a case study to my WhatsApp group where one of our, I mean, I've got a few of these, but one of our service users, when she first came to Gmess, she was using GP medication. She was going to a GP on a monthly basis. She was off work because of her skin. Her mental health was all over the place. When we started doing some work together, so when she started to come and see me on a one-to-one basis, when she started to get involved in the support group, it took a little while, but it massively turned her around to the extent where she doesn't take time off work anymore because she manages her skin very well. She's in a much better place in terms of her mental health, so in terms of her mood, etc. The support, so in terms of reducing her isolation, she has a community of people who are there who she can draw on for support. A lot of the things that she's been using, her hydration levels have greatly improved. She's cut out a lot of the rubbish that was in her diet before, the fatty foods, the sugary foods, etc. She uses things like aloe vera. She uses things like apple cider vinegar. She uses a number of vitamins now, more vitamin D, vitamin E, etc., etc. She's getting them into her system, which has now helped her skin to improve. She's in a much better place. So I have people who are in the charity at different places, because this is about how disciplined you're going to be. How much are you going to take on board the approaches that are being shared? If you've got a strong positive why of why you want to get rid of this skin condition, then you'll do what it takes to get rid of it in terms of these different lifestyle areas. And that's what I promote. I want people to be the best version of themselves. When your skin is in a mess, you're not, your confidence has gone, your self-esteem has gone, you don't want to go outside, all those kind of things. When your skin is right, then you are you, the person who is vibrant, is confident, and all those kind of things. And that's the place where I want people to be at. So yes, people will get benefit. Even just stop drinking the Coca-Cola and all those kind of things and switch to water. Our body needs it. Cut out some of the fried chicken and all those kind of things. Get to a place where you're better within yourself, your skin has improved. If you want to have a dabble with those things, I'm not saying never eat them again in your life, but I'm saying if it's affecting your skin, then pull it down, because you're the best version of you when your skin is in tip-top condition. You have a better quality of life.
So you don't do products, it's just basically just formula basically?
No, I don't sell products or anything like that, but in terms of our community, the things that people have found to work for them, then they're the things that are promoted within the group. So yes, let's just say for instance, aloe vera. Okay, yes, you have to go and purchase some aloe vera, or you buy a plant and you grow it yourself and you scrape out the aloe vera when the leaf is of a decent size. Apple cider vinegar, yes, you're gonna have to go and purchase that. But I don't sell any product whatsoever.
Okay. So the book, how could someone get the book?
So the book is on Amazon. So it is being sold on Amazon at the moment. Okay. And if you type in, type in free from eczema and use a step-by-step approach to better managing the skin. If you type in that, then you can find it on there. Like I said, it's a wealth of information in there in terms of managing the skin from a more healthy perspective. In Gmess, when I run my courses, then the book is free to those who access the course. Like I said, in terms of this particular program that I'm about to run at the moment, that's going to start within the next few weeks. The people who get involved in this particular project, looking at exercise and hydration and whether it can improve the skin or not, then everybody who gets involved in that will get a free copy of the book as well. The 5-week course that's attached to that funding is basically based on the book. itself. And for me, use these approaches, these more healthy approaches, and I believe you will start to better manage your skin. I have.
And how much is the book on Amazon?
On Amazon, the book is £25.
£25.
But when I do launches and things like that, then sometimes, it is a bit cheaper when I do like a book launch or etc.
Yeah, have you done launches, other launches?
I did a book launch over at the Cathlock Centre back in November. The support I got from the community was excellent. Really was. I was overwhelmed with one. I didn't think that many people would turn up, but I was really happy that people did come and give me support. I am looking to do. I think there's going to be an expo at the Gmess, I think, in a couple of months' time. So I'm looking to go there and to talk about the book as well. But you know what? If somebody wanted to contact me privately, I will give them a copy of the book at cheaper than £25 on Amazon as well.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So just let them know again the contact details, how to get all of you if they need it and to contact you.
So the charity is called Greater Manchester Eczema and Skin Support. The phone number to contact me, I'm Paul Mattis. The phone number to contact me is 07828 902 300.
Yeah, so there's a number down there.
And you can email me as well.
Support at gmess.org.uk.
Yeah.
So
come and get involved. If you want some support in terms of better managing your skin, if you want to improve your mental health, your mood, if you want to have a better quality of skin, come and have a conversation and let's see what we can do together to better manage your skin and for you to get a better quality of life.
alright, respect, yeah.
Nice one, Blacks.
Yes, so you hear Paul, Must I Talk TV. Please subscribe. So come and support Paul. And like I said, the program is free, so it's a charity. So if you're struggling, you know where to find him. Zion Center, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Respect, Paul.
Nice.